What a nice color of the sky. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know. Is there a nicer picture? Fruit, like food growing on your front lawn, a beautiful summer day, clear blue sky, healthy green leaves on a beautiful peach tree. That's a beautiful shot if you ask me. It only rained for probably about 7 minutes. So I guess that'll have to do. At least all the water, instead of flowing across the land, got stuck in the swale. So it really shows the power of swales, because the water was coming so fast that it was like flowing out through here. So, you know, those intense rainstorms, the ground just can't saturate that water. So stopping it and blocking it from flowing is really important. And then look, this is like 30 minutes later only, and the water's all gone. So it's all soaked down and sunken into the ground. So it's invisible now, it's contained in the ground, and it's not going to evaporate away. All of these little dikes, they're kind of like mini swales all around the edging around the garden. So that caught water. Those were full as well. And I thought I could come out and film them, but yeah, only 30 minutes later, and they're all soaked down into the ground. So it was nice to get the rain, though. I think that's our first somewhat serious rain in at least a month and a half. We had a couple days where it spat, like drizzled for 10-15 minutes, but that's it. But I think this rainfall, even though it only lasted about 7 minutes, should charge the wood chips up, and the wood chips will really soak it and hold it. And we should be good for hopefully like another month or so, because that might be the only rain we get in the summer. So who knows? It's been a weird year. So here's the polyculture in a pot update. So you can see it's getting quite interesting in there. All the spaces are just filling in. The mint has gone and really tried to push other things out. The yarrow's holding on. We've got some peas that I've added in. It's looking probably pretty dry in there. That's not bad. Look how loaded these are. This branch here is normally 20 feet up in the air, and it's just bowed down almost all the way down to the ground. It's so loaded. So we have got a massive peach year this year, and it's been fairly windy, so I've been watching this tree, just loaded with peaches. I've been watching it bend, and I'm thinking it's probably about time to support this sucker. But look at this. This is after me thinning hundreds and hundreds of fruit off of this tree. Coming down here to the wild garden, the insect life down here is just fantastic. And ever since putting in the pond, I see these guys everywhere, which is a dragonfly, a wonderful garden predator. These things eat so many mosquitoes, and they are a fantastic predator to get established in your garden. So having a little wild space like this for this insect is, he's probably loving it. Sumac tend to kind of grow in these Y shapes, and then they'll kind of just split twice, and then up at the top they'll split again. So if you cut them just above that Y shape, you get these little cradles that you can use to feed a branch in between any of these little notches. So this one here, we've actually woven it through this branch here, supporting it, and then up supporting this top branch there. And you really just want to try to make sure that the force is being applied straight down the center of the branch,
into the ground, because this thing's going to sway with the wind, obviously, and you don't want it to fall over, and then the branch with all the weight comes crashing down even further. You might actually do more harm than good. This one in particular was almost touching the ground, and this, you can see how I've kind of supported it at 2 points now, so hopefully that helps a little bit. I'm just afraid of cracking these trees. They're so overloaded. And I've thinned so much fruit, but there's still so much of it. And I really, again, tried to thin towards the end of the branch, preferentially, to really reduce the amount of torque, the moment arm on that branch. What a nice color of the sky. Isn't that beautiful? I don't know, is there a nicer picture? Fruit, like food growing on your front lawn, a beautiful summer day, clear blue sky, healthy green leaves on a beautiful peach tree. That's a beautiful shot if you ask me. So here's the rest of the wild, crazy food forest strip. The dogs go chase a rabbit. It's neat to see how they use the place too. So you can see, you know, ticks are obviously a big concern, so we comb our dogs and double check them for ticks. They have tick meds, and we have to double check ourselves. Especially just the way that I garden. It's pretty wild and crazy for sure. So the strawberries this year were really fantastic. I did notice something about them, is that they gave a big flush of initial large strawberries, and then the second kind of wave of strawberries were somewhat small. So they're like this, stuff like that. So fairly small, and I think that's my lesson. So this is always, remember, listen to your land when it's giving you information. And I have to thin this patch. There's just too many plants trying to push, you know, the same, fighting for not so much the nutrients, but the sunlight and the water. So when that water falls, it gets slurped and gobbled up by so many plants. So we've got to thin these out a little more. I had really I probably dug out at least 100 plants, maybe more, out of this patch this year. But it's not enough. I guess I need to do more. Sorry for the road traffic. It's like a car every 10 minutes on this road. It's a fairly quiet road, unless I'm shooting videos, and then it's a car every 15 seconds. And there's another one. That's funny. The other problem is that you can see it's got pushed over with like wave or water or wind. Well, that's a dog's stomach that's doing that. So the dogs just go running through this strawberry patch, because that's typically where the rabbits, if they push further in, they'll be in the strawberries. So they come running in here looking for rabbits. So that is obviously not what the plants would prefer. So that's something else that they have to deal with. We're going to get a lot of these white currants this year. White is a really, really nice flavor of currants. So this is going to be really fantastic. There's the fig getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So this kiwi at the base of this apple tree is doing really well this year. It struggled for a couple years, I think because there's so much shade and it needed to really focus on its roots, but it has managed to climb its way up this apple, and it's right all the way up now, and it's actually flowering right now. So we should get some kiwi. This is a self-fertile variety, but we do have other varieties of cold hardy kiwi on the site, so hopefully they'll boost its pollination. Most cold hardy kiwis, you need male and female plants to give you fruit. So this one's about 2 years old. No, it's actually about 3 years old, and it's doing really well. So in some other sad news, this pawpaw here has dropped all of its fruit. So I don't know if it was poor pollination that did it, or the tree just decided it wasn't time for it to put fruit on. But all that fruit that I showed you just a little short while ago, a couple weeks ago, it's all been dropped and shed, and this tree's nothing but leaves now. So that's too bad. We'll have to wait another season, and I might have to try hand pollinating. I might give it one more season of seeing if these things will pollinate each other. It is very, very interesting this year. Our trees are loaded up and everything is really closing and filling in.